Good day. This is Andy Darty again with another encouraging message. I love history, and I especially love it when events occur that lead people back to God. As World War II was exploding across Europe, there was not a lot of good news. In May of 1940, Britain, France, and Belgium were trying to defend against the Blitzkrieg, Nazi Germany's brutal lightning war. This is the story of the miracles that occurred at Dunkirk. The Germans were advancing and the British army was in retreat. The British force, which was once almost 400,000 strong, was retreating back to the northern coast of France. The Allied forces formed a defensive perimeter around the port city of Dunkirk. The plan was to evacuate across the English Channel. But the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, with deadly precision was killing thousands waiting to evacuate in the port and on the beaches. In desperation, King George VI called for a national day of prayer to be held on Sunday, the 26th of May, 1940. In a national broadcast, he instructed the people to turn back to God in a spirit of repentance and plead for divine intervention. Millions of people across the British Isles flocked into the churches, praying for deliverance, forming lines just to get into a church building. And you won't read about this in your public school history books. Then a miracle happened. First, a vicious storm arose over northern France and the area around Dunkirk, which grounded the Luftwaffe's airplanes. As the 350,000 British troops were stranded at Dunkirk, a British naval officer cabled just 3 words back to London: "But if not." These words were instantly recognizable to the people of England who were accustomed to hearing the scriptures read in church. They knew the story told in the book of Daniel when 3 young Hebrews were being thrown into a blazing furnace. They defiantly said, "Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up." The British people immediately recognized the biblical reference and realized that this statement represented their soldiers' resolve to stand to the end and not surrender to the Nazi Germans. News of this spread and galvanized the people of England, and they knew that they had to do something. And then the second miracle happened, as if to tell them exactly what to do. A great calm descended on the English Channel, an event unparalleled for a generation. This allowed hundreds of boats of all sizes, many of which were owned by private citizens, to cross the channel and rescue soldiers over the next several days. Now, after the war, it was also revealed that there was actually a third miracle in play here. For some strange reason, in the last week of May, there was confusion in the German High Command. The various German military units fighting the Battle of Dunkirk received conflicting orders. And at one point, there was a strange direct command from Hitler himself to halt. By the time this confusion was resolved and the halt order was rescinded, the British, French, and Belgian forces had a strong line of defense around Dunkirk. This allowed for a more safe evacuation of the British Expeditionary Force, and within a week, 335,000 troops were evacuated to England, many of those on the little boats of private citizens. Should we consider this a miracle of Dunkirk? Or was this just the fog of war? How do you see it? Maybe that might explain one part, but all 3 of these conditions, was it merely a lucky break? Or was this divine intervention? The British people have always referred to what happened as the miracle of Dunkirk. Sunday, June 9th, 1940, was officially appointed as a day of national thanksgiving for the entire United Kingdom globally. So what do you think? Were these miracles at Dunkirk? My opinion is obvious. I believe in God's providence. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know with great confidence that God, who is deeply concerned about us, causes all things to work together as a plan for the good of those who love God, to those who are called according to his plan and purpose." Thank you for watching and listening. Have a good day.